Hi everyone, welcome back to Data Cadence and welcome back to another video in which we are going to talk about the sufficient applied math curriculum which you should study if you want to break into data science and machine learning. So often, a lot of beginners and college students are quite confused as to what all topics they should study in mathematics because maths is a very wide subject. You have topics ranging from geometry, probability and statistics, calculus, algebra, and a lot more. So obviously, it doesn't make a lot of sense to go through each one of these. In this particular video, we are going to talk about only the sufficient content or basically the sufficient topics you need to know about if you want to start your data science journey. And of course, this will be a practical guide from an applied perspective and not from a research perspective. So we'll try to keep it short and to the point and involve no BS at all, because the aim of this particular video is to help you with concepts or curriculum that you should study to understand data science concepts in a much better way and not to crack any university exams or so on. So, why is it necessary? Because spending time on these concepts will help you understand the fundamentals of data science and all of the algorithms that you will study in machine learning and data science. And this will also be useful when you will be reading about new research papers, because knowing about the basics is the only way that you can understand the research papers in a much better way. So, often in industry, you would have to go through a lot of research papers depending on what domain you work in, but it would be very important to know about these math concepts before you basically go into the industry and start working on real data science problems. And yes, this will be useful for interviews as well, because the interviewers will try to test your depth of concepts using these math concepts. So a lot of these concepts are widely used in interviews and asked across interviews in different companies. And this will also serve as building blocks to basically understand any new research or model architecture and any of the new stuff happening in the data science community. And yes, particularly this is important for college students, because I see this trend that a lot of college students think that loading in a dataset and calling a dot fit method from sklearn makes them a data scientist. It's not like that. The sooner you realize that you need to go into the depth of concepts, the better are your chances of having a successful career in data science and machine learning. With that being said, let's go and have a look at the topics. So, broadly, you would need knowledge across these three domains when talking about the math prerequisites for data science. So, you would need to have some knowledge of linear algebra, a decent knowledge of probability and statistics, and also a decent knowledge of calculus. So, we'll talk about the exact concepts that you need to study as a part of these three domains. So, let's begin. So, very firstly, talking about linear algebra. So, things like vectors, tensors, dot products, projection of vectors, and unit vectors are some of the concepts that you should look into. Then, cosine similarity is often another very important concept, which is used widely across the industry, and a lot of data science related stuff that you will do will involve this. And then you should learn about distance metrics, so different metrics like Euclidean distance, Manhattan distance, and then these are also called norms. So you should learn about that. And then you should also learn about some coordinate geometry, so things like lines, planes, parabolas, circles. And one more thing, a lot of these concepts that we'll talk about, mostly you must have studied it during your high school. So that is really a good opportunity to look back at some of those concepts, because these are widely used in data science. And then talking about matrices, you should also know about basic operations on matrices, so things like inverse, multiplication of matrices, addition, and so on. And you should also learn about types of matrices, because some of these terms will be very important and will be widely used across research papers. Then you should also learn about eigenvectors and eigenvalues, expanding on your knowledge of matrices, because these are again widely used concepts in algorithms like PCA, which is one of the most important algorithms in the whole machine learning and data science. And then there are things like eigen decomposition and matrix factorization, which are widely used concepts in recommender systems. So again, these are advanced stuff, so you can skip the last one, because eventually if you read about recommender systems, so you will be learning about this there. But again, learning about this will make a lot of sense and will be really helpful if you plan to study about recommender systems ahead of time. So yes, let's talk about the next, which is probability theory. So again, in probability theory, you would need to understand things like basic probability, conditional probability, Bayes theorem, independent and dependent events. So again, a lot of this intersects with what you have learned in high school or when you are preparing for, let's say, engineering entrances. And then secondly, you should also know about basic permutations and combinations. Again, one of the chapters that you might have read in high school. And then you should know about sets, mostly common operations on sets like intersections and unions and so on. And then one of the important stuff that you need to know in probability theory are distributions. So things like probability mass functions, probability density functions, and cumulative distribution functions. And you need to know about things like discrete distributions. So you should learn about uniform, binomial, and Poisson. These are most widely used discrete distributions. And then you should also learn about continuous distributions. So the most important is the Gaussian or the normal distribution, widely used across the whole data science. Then you should learn about log normal distributions as well, something which is widely used in quant finance. Then you should learn about continuous uniform distribution. So yes, there is a continuous version of the uniform distribution and a discrete version as well. You should learn about exponential distribution, chi-squared, and the student's tree distribution. So these are some of the continuous distributions which, if you learn, will make your life really a lot more simpler down the lane. So let's talk about statistics now. So statistics, primarily you have two types of statistics, that is descriptive stats and inferential stats. So in descriptive stats, you should learn things like measures of central tendency, so primarily mean, median, and mode. Then you should learn about measures of variability, that is variance and standard deviation. Then there are things like skewness, kurtosis, correlations, percentiles and quantiles, interquartile range, and mean and median absolute deviation. And then you should also learn about some of the visualization techniques like scatter plots and histograms, and then you can read the rest of it here. So again, these are very important concepts as a part of descriptive stats, and this will really help you while basically doing EDA, that is exploratory data analysis of a particular data set that you might be working on. Then let's talk about inferential stats. So you should learn about population and sampling. You should learn about the biases in sampling that can occur. And then you should also learn about one of the very important concepts, that is Bessel's correction, because this is a widely asked interview question, and when you learn about it, you will know. And then, as mentioned, I will again like to stress upon the Gaussian or the normal distribution. It's one of the most important distributions. And then a follow up to that is the standard normal distribution. And then let's talk about some other things. So you should also learn about Z statistic and standardization. And you should also learn about T statistic and also when it should be used and its comparison with the Z statistic. Again, a widely asked interview question. Then you should learn about confidence intervals, central limit theorem, p-values and hypothesis testing, Chebyshev's inequality, permutation testing and bootstrapping, and Box-Cox transforms, and also KS test and QQ plot to check for normality. So again, these are some of the most widely used concepts that you should learn about. Some of these are important interview questions, but not only are they interview questions, these will really help you understand all of the data science in a much better way. Let's talk about the last thing, that is calculus. So here mostly you would need to learn about differential calculus because that's what is mostly used. Again, integral calculus you can learn, but you will find that most of the applications are for differential calculus. Then you should learn about differentiation, again something which you would have learned in math and physics in high school, and partial differentiation, product rule, quotient rule, and chain rule. These are again some of the very important concepts. And again, this goes without saying that you should learn how to differentiate simple functions like exponential function, logarithmic function, and so on. Then you should also learn about minima and maxima and convex optimization. Again, a very important concept. And then a follow-up to that is gradient descent and stochastic gradient descent, one of the widely used optimization algorithms to basically train machine learning models and deep learning models. Then you should also focus on multivariate calculus if you have time and interest. Again, this is an advanced topic, so you could take it as an optional. And at last, it never hurts to learn something about integral calculus. So basically things like area under curves and integration. So this was some of the concepts that you should learn from a math perspective before starting or basically before getting into data science. This will really help you widen your understanding, and it will make things much easier down the lane. So yes, this is it for this particular video. All of these concepts I have combined based on my experience so far, and all of these I learned before I started my data science journey. So these really helped me a lot, and these are the basic building blocks for anything that you do within the data science or machine learning space. So yes, I hope you enjoyed this particular video. I can also make another separate video for the resources that might be used to learn all of these concepts. So do let me know in the comments if you want that particular video. And if you are new here and coming here for the first time, subscribe to this channel to learn about data science and machine learning concepts, and also for interview preparation for the same. So thank you so much for watching till the end. Have a good day. Take care and bye-bye.